Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were up about 0.6 to almost about 0.8%. Most of the market participants are waiting for clarity on the bailout proposal by Greece. Even European markets were more or less up except CAC, which was down about 0.05%. Most of the other markets were up about 0.3 to almost about 0.75%, and the Asian markets too are positive. Tikka is running away with a gain of 0.75%. However, China and Taiwanese markets are shut today, and there are expectations of further monetary easing in Japan as the governor addresses the parliament today. SGX Nifty is also suggesting that we are going to open up about 10 to 12 points higher. In terms of flows, FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of 90 crore. However, in the index futures, there were sellers to the tune of about 565 crore, and the domestic institutions were buyers in the cash market to the tune of about 205 crore. On that note, let me invite our F&O expert to take you through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the derivative desk.
Good morning friends, let's have an analysis on derivatives. In Friday's trading session, we have seen Nifty showing some kind of selling pressure. And the initial hour of the trade, when the Nifty opened, we have seen some kind of flattish opening. But later on, we have seen it went downward. It went on the southward direction due to selling in many heavyweights like banking sectors, automobiles, FMCG, information technology, and metal sector. Thereon we have seen Nifty continues showing somewhat downward pressure, and every attempt to go past the positive territory failed, and later on it managed to close 0.75% lower at 8849.45. On the open interest terms, we have seen a reduction of around 1.5% in open interest, but decrease in cost of carry will decrease from 12.5 points to 11 odd points. And Nifty premium is anywhere around 12 to 13 odd points currently. As we are coming near by expiry, we do expect premium to decrease, but then the cost of carry have decreased significantly by to around 10.5 to 11 odd percentage, indicating long unwinding pressure was observed in Friday's trading session. On the put call ratio, we have seen a sharp dip from 0.99 to 0.94 odd levels. Indicating significant amount of addition was observed in call option, and simultaneously put option and seen some kind of reduction or very minimal addition was seen in Friday's trading session. Volatility in the index inched higher to 21.27%. It went high by around 4.5%, and we do expect it to move higher in coming trading sessions with lot of events lined up in this week. On the options activity, 8,900 and 9,000 continues to add significant amount of build-up in open interest. In 8,900, we have seen an addition of 17 odd percentage, and simultaneously 9,000 call option has seen an addition of around 20% in Friday's trading session. However, the implied volatility in both the option have inched by around more than 5.5%, indicating more of a long position which was built in Friday's trading session, both the strike price. However, in put option, 8,700, 8,600 has seen minimal addition of around 4% to 5%, while in 8,800, which is the highest in terms of open interest, has seen minor reduction in Friday's trade, which is not a good sign. And going forward in today's trade, 8,800 put option activity in 8,800 put option would be quite crucial. If we see more of unwinding in 8,800 strike price, we might see some kind of selling pressure again, and we might see Nifty going go below 8,800 for the current series. There is only one securities in ban period for today's trade, that is Unitech. On FIS terms also, there have been net sellers in index futures. In Friday's trade, we have seen the net sellers of around 642 odd crores, and the open interest of FIS in index futures have gone down by around 2 odd percentage, indicating long unwinding by them. And index option, there were net sellers of only 43 odd crores. While in stock futures, they continue to be net sellers, and they are quite heavy selling, and they are quite heavy open interest build-up has been seen in stock futures. And currently in Friday's trading session, there were net sellers of around 324 odd crores. While in stock options, there were net sellers of only 92 odd crores. 5 days VWAP stands at 8850, and lower range of the VWAP is at 8,800 and higher range at 9,000. For the coming trade, we do expect for the current series, the VWAP of the current series is also at around 8,800 and 8780. Now the sharp bounce back which we have seen from 8,500 to 8,900 odd levels was mainly due to short covering, and we do expect if 8,800, 8,780 holds on, then this series can we can expect this series ending up at around anywhere around 8,950 9,000 odd levels. So in today's trading session, we do expect the high risk traders to can go long at around 8,800, 8,780 levels, and we can see some kind of bounce back from in today's trading session around that level. SGX Nifty is trading positive by 9 odd points to 8852.50, indicating some kind of positive opening can be seen in today's trade. That concludes from my side. Thank you guys.
Friends, let me take you through Sharekhan pre-market action, starting with trading ideas. First of all, a long call on Sun Pharma as it gets UK regulators approval for a drug which is definitely a positive for Sun Pharma, so one can go long on it with a stop loss of 906 and a target of about 926 to about 940. Cipla has got 4 regulatory approvals for various products. The size of these products in terms of potential has not been known, but that's definitely a positive for Cipla, so one can go long there with a stop loss of 666 and a target of about 684 to about 690. DLF, a positive development as the company plans to divest around 50% stake in each of the 4 new housing projects to private equity firms for over rupees 3,000 crore. So that's a positive for DLF, so one can go long there with a stop loss of 147 and a target of about 155 to about 160. Apollo Hospital, the company has signed an agreement with the Republic of Macedonia to develop healthcare services in the southern eastern European nation, so one can go long there with a stop loss of 1319 and a target of about 1360 to about 1390. Hatchway Cable has already reached the prescribed threshold limit of FII, so one can short that one with a stop loss of 64.40 and a target of about 59 to about 57. The government notifies rules on the FDI in the insurance, and according to that, foreign direct investment up to 26% of the equity shall be allowed through automatic route or without the approval of the government. And the finance ministry said in a statement that the FDI proposals which take the total foreign investments about 26% and up to 49% will have to be cleared by the FIPB. And the centre on its part expects a bill to sail smoothly in the budget session of the parliament, which is going to begin today. That is going to be an important thing for the market also. We have seen in the past that many bills have been done through a notification route, and unless the parliament session ratifies these bills, that could be a bit of a dampener for the market. So this is an important development from market perspective. Idea Cellular and Yes Bank are going to replace DLF and JSPL in the CNX Nifty, and Indian Posts will remain open on the budget day, that is Saturday 28th of February. And RBI's Deputy Governor Mr. R. Nandi has said that the country is definitely going to have a low and stable inflation climate which will lead to a low interest rate regime. Central Bank is likely to get funding of about 1670 crore from the government on a preferential basis. United Spirits has said that it has got necessary approvals from the High Court of Karnataka to transfer a distillery in Tamil Nadu to Enrica Enterprises. JBM Auto is going to invest about 100 crore in capacity expansion, and ITC, which had recently launched fruit juices in the brand name Be Natural, is planning to offer the same in the eastern and western markets soon. Granules, Omnicam Private Limited inaugurated a manufacturing facility for APIs, and now the Sesa Sterlite, the name is going to change to Vedanta brand as a plan, as a overall corporate exercise that they have undertaken. And as a part of the retail expansion strategy, country's leading jewelry brand PC Jeweler plans to invest about 1500 crore and launch 200 new outlets by 2019. Jaguar and Land Rover is going to recall about 61,793 vehicles due to some issue on the airbag software, and Volvo is in talks with Mahindra and Hindustan Motors and General Motors to explore the feasibility of utilizing the facilities of these auto manufacturers to locally assemble its vehicles. Lanco Group has approached lenders to reschedule about 1,000 crore debt of 2 of its gas-based power plants, and Monnet Ispat and Energy and Balco have backed 1 coal block each. Here is a list of stocks with positive and negative bias. Stocks with positive bias are ITC and M&M. Stocks with negative bias are Just Dial and M&M Finance. Stocks for investments that we like at this point of time are L&T, Aditya Birla Nuvo, Tata Motor BVR, Infosys and Ultratech Cement. That's it from all of us friends. Have a great trading session. See you tomorrow at the same time.